So, welcome everyone, and we have a lot of people online as well, so welcome everybody online. This is a disadvantage when you have an online at the same online and physical event at the same time, that it's kind of easy to stay and we get fewer people in the room, but I'm happy to see we have so many and we have allowed for questions and answers. So just before we start, a few housekeeping things before I forget. Toilets are down the stairs to the left. You'll have to walk past two doors, I believe. Then there's a room with blue carpets. You pass that and somehow over there it is. I don't know more of the details after that. I'm sure you'll find it. Wi-Fi here is UCL conferences. There's no password or anything, so it's open access. Okay, I think that was the housekeeping. Coffee, water is outside. Anyway, I am Nils Borg. I'm the, nowadays we're called the platform managers for the solid state lighting controls. Sustainable and smart lighting controls platform within the IA4E, which stands for energy efficient end use equipment. For those who don't know what a TCP is, that's a technology collaboration program. That's kind of an institution or a format within the International Energy Agency family, where it's a multilateral agreement. It's not funded by the IEA. It's funded directly by the individual participating countries, but the IEA creates a legal framework and allows things to exist and say, okay, this makes sense. It's in line with IEA's mandate and our rules and governments, which in their turn are part of the OECD framework. So that's kind of where we draw our mandate, our existence. But for this to happen, and I think this is a key thing for us, for this to happen, we need to have individual countries, they want to cooperate and do something together. And we are lucky enough to have that. I'm lucky, together with Mike Scholen, who sits there behind the scenes as a deputy platform manager. We are lucky to be able to work with these, I'd say, progressive and ambitious countries to achieve things. So we are 6 countries working together on solid state lighting and controls. It's well, starting here in the UK, since we're here, it's UK, it's Denmark, France, Sweden, we have Australia, and we have South Korea as members. And together, when we pool our resources, we can kind of punch well above our own weight, because we can pool resources, we can move swiftly, we can move with a lot of agility when new things arise, when there are, for instance, research issues or regulatory issues that come up, and we can address them. But we have also a very new work plan. We started this year, 1st of March, where in our 4th term, so we've been going on since 2010. The first 3 terms we will call the solid state lighting annex. This new term, first, of course, the word platform, but that's just a kind of a new speech. But we changed from solid state lighting to sustainable and smart lighting and controls, because we wanted to underline the focus that the individual lighting technologies, they have improved a lot. They can deliver a lot of things, but we still are far behind on integrating those things to be able to make the best use of the very advanced technologies we have. And that requires a lot of things with smart lighting and controls and human interaction. So that's part of our mission. And it's not, as some people sometimes say, well, everything is done on lighting, they're so efficient nowadays, we don't need to do anything more. And it's this thing with low-hanging fruits. There are new ripe apples every year on this apple tree, so we keep working on that. We, in this new platform, with a new term or work program for the coming 5 years. We keep doing things that we have been doing throughout the years, although we upgrade, and we do one key thing, which you will hear about, is inter-laboratory comparisons, where we compare test laboratories' ability and so-called proficiency to test specific features. We have done one general for light for SSL when that was new, 2013-14, because that was hard. We done directional lighting. We are currently doing one on. We're just now about to complete it. One on how to measure temporal light modulation. You know, let's say flicker, but it's invisible flicker. So that's flicker is not the right term. The health people will cringe when they hear me say flicker, but it's the best way to explain it. It's the invisible part of the modulation. Flicker is a visible part. Then we do, of course, performance recommendations. We are not going to talk about those today because there's nothing we're currently updating or so. There are those on our website. We're doing works in smart lighting and all the integration with lighting. We do things on lighting in health and lighting on environment, like both the LCA analysis that will be presented, but also on some things on, you know, how lighting, for instance, with nocturnal animals and so on, what happens with specific wavelengths during at nighttime? How does it impact with the new technologies? So we do a lot of things. We also do work in this new term on a roadmap, how to integrate systems and controls, and where are we seeing kind of lighting going next is really a kind of mapping the uncharted territory. How can we walk? Where do we move with lighting technologies? The work that will be presented today by our various experts will give you a good overview of what we are doing, not a complete picture because we do more things. Another important thing that will be looked into also is for instance, the test methods as such is an important thing, not just doing inter-laboratory comparisons, but also actually developing real test methods where we see there was a gap. We've done, for instance, one thing on how to test a lifetime of lamps in a more efficient and cost-effective way, which is now part of the European regulation for light sources. Okay, I think that's it. I'll just say that we have several of our very esteemed experts here today. We are meeting twice a year, our experts for 3 days to work together. We work, of course, around the world on our own and via web meetings and so on, and email and everything. But we also see the virtue of convening our group of experts, and some of our also member governments take part of these meetings to really work hands-on and discuss and develop the work every 6 months roughly we meet. And this time is in London. Next time will be in another country, so we rotate, and it's a very good way of moving the job forward. And we have now a really kind of tight-knit group where people know each other, trust each other, and can exchange information very informally and very efficiently. So I'm quite honored to belong to this group, and I'm, as always, looking forward to the presentations of our experts because that's really, really interesting. The chair of the SSLC platform, George Sissis, is professor at the University of Toulouse. You will moderate the first half. After the coffee break, I will take over and moderate, and I will also look forward to the presentations of all of you. Thank you. And George, please.
Thank you, Nils. Good afternoon. Sorry, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No problem. Well, good afternoon to all of you. I'm really glad to see you here, and also welcome to to the people who are connected. Good morning or good evening or good afternoon, depends on their time zones. Nils presented very well the objectives of the next term of SSLC platform. Well, the only thing that I want to say is once again, welcome. And we will have time to discuss during the coffee break. Well, we have a number of very interesting talks to show also some of the activities of the last term of the SSL Annex, as was the name at that time. I propose to start with the first speaker, who is Yossi Ono from NIST. Yossi, he is not official member of the Annex, but he made an excellent job for us. And who knows, maybe one day we will convince US to come back to the platform. Yossi, it's up to you. We said 25 minutes, and then we keep 5 minutes for the presentation. Up to you.